And of course, you are going to see, okay, and of course, you are going to see an interface of the TV showing that your volume is increasing. Indirectly, you've prompted the TV, and the TV has given you a result. But is that the result that you actually wanted to achieve? Is that the result that you're actually looking for us to see? No. This is because you're actually giving the TV a wrong prompt. Instead of it to press channel 5 or number 5, you press the volume button. So now, of course, as this slide goes on, we are going to delve down into that as well too. So why prompts are powerful? There's a reason why prompts are actually very, very powerful. You may not know that actually prompts are actually very powerful things to learn. AI doesn't read your mind; it only follows the instruction. I'm sure there are people out there that are actually afraid that, hey, is this what? Why come this AI knows what I'm thinking? How come this AI knows what I'm doing here and there? But neither do you know that it is actually what you gave the AI that is actually giving you. And of course, based on repetitive pattern, it's actually noticed the kind of prompt you do give the AI. Now, of course, it gives you an answer based on what you want to achieve. It can even give you more than what you want to do as well too. So have it in mind that AI, artificial intelligence, as you see it now, does not read your mind. It only follows your instructions. The quality of your prompt equals the quality of your results. You cannot give an AI a quality of 2 and expect a quality of 10, a quality of 20%, and expect a quality of 100%. It doesn't happen. It's not magic. You have to give 100 equals to 100. If you give your AI the quality of 100%, you are so damn sure going to get a 100% quality. If you give AI the quality of 20%, you're definitely going to get 20% or less, because yeah, see it as a baby or a child at primary 4 or primary 2, or let's say you are trying to ask a primary 2 kid what is biology or what is chemistry. You just be looking at you that what's this man asking? What's this fellow asking? Of course, he may probably answer you that biology is something, and but of course, it would definitely be gibberish, because you've not prompted the kid. You've not given the kid the right prompt that is befitting for his or her level. And because of that, now with the right prompt, you knowing the right prompt now gives you edge over this particular AI that we are actually emphasizing on now. Neither do you know that you can actually know that this AI that you know now can actually act as a developer, it can act as a designer, it can act as a strategist, it can act as a marketer, analyst, or writer on your team. This is called role playing. It's called role playing. You can actually give the AI a role. So, for example, now I've given several examples down here like this. We have some basic prompting, we have some professional prompting. Basic prompting, you're just asking AI questions. Write me a letter, code a login page for me, right? Generate a particular reaction for me, do this, do that. But if you actually, instead of professional prompting, you have to give it a role. Act as this. I want to achieve this. Format it like this. That is a professional way of actually prompting AI. If you actually ask an AI around a normal question here and there, normal basic prompting, it may give you random results. And of course, you now have to now adapt to the AI. You've asked the AI, I want to write an article. I will probably respond to you. Okay, what article are you trying to write? Is it an article on a dog? Is it an article on an ecosystem? You will now try to tell the AI, okay, it's an article on a dog. AI will now ask you then that what are the number of words of article you want me to write? It could be codes as well too. What kind of language is the code? What kind of coding language? Is it TypeScript? Is it JavaScript? Is it Python? You are adapting to the AI, which is not meant to be. You're not supposed to adapt to it. AI is supposed to adapt to you, because when you give AI a professional prompt, it adapts to what you are trying to give it. High quality and ready to use output as well too. So on the next slide, we'll be talking about why prompt matters. Now, what I will try to tell you is that AI, as you see, doesn't guess what you want. It follows the instructions. So if it is what you tell AI to do that is going to do. You cannot just open ChatGPT now and the AI starts answering you. It's not possible. For every action, there's always a reaction. You must have actually prompted the AI to do something for the AI, for example. Like it could be Grok, it could be ChatGPT, it could be what else, Cloud AI, it could be, say, we have several engine out there now. So, and of course, it depends on the prompt I'm going to give the AI. We have bad prompts, we have good prompts. Good prompt comes in the useful and a professional manner. Bad prompt, of course, generic. It will give you a generic answer, a wrong answer, a confusing result in such a way that you actually be wondering that what is this GPT writing? Is this what I ask you? You now start asking that no, I don't mean to, I don't mean I'm not telling you to answer like this. I want you to do this. You now start arguing with ChatGPT, like as if he has offended you. It has offended you. But not knowing that you caused it. You gave the wrong prompt to ChatGPT, and now you now start arguing with it here and there, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Of course, several times we've actually seen threads on Twitter, people arguing with AI that he's doing this, he's doing that here and there. Now they don't know that they are giving him the wrong prompts. They're giving an AI a wrong prompt. What do you expect? Give the AI a bad prompt, you're expecting a good prompt. It's not possible. It's not possible. So always have it at the back of your mind that you're not just using AI. You're not just seeing AI as a tool, as a let me just use this, use you and get over with it. You're directing it. See it as a car, as a motorbike, as a bicycle, as a car, that it is what you do. If you swipe left, the AI will follow you to the left side. If you swipe right, the AI will follow you to the right path. So you have to direct the AI to get what you want. And mind you, why prompt matter is that of course you need to learn prompts. Learning that particular prompt, a professional prompt, means learning how to teach AI to think like you want. You have it in your mind what you want to achieve. But the AI cannot plug into your brain by knowing what you want to do. I know that deep within your mind, you want to create a chatbot that leverage AI system. And you know that inside your head, the chatbot will it's going to open as a modal in front of your screen. It's going to have a prompt at the top. Whenever you ask a particular question, you can even show emoji, you can even show a dancing avatar that okay. But you have that prompt in your head, you have that idea in your head. But how do you convey it to the AI to give you a particular instruction? How do you convey it to the AI that okay, I want to do this, guide me on how to do this? So you have to learn a better prompt. You have to know a better prompt to teach the AI so that you can actually download your idea to the AI. And AI will definitely give you a better response and better reason why this is good, this is that. That is why prompt matter. Prompt really, really matters whenever you're interacting with an AI. Don't see prompt as something, let me just do it. See prompt as something tangible, something good, as you eating food now, as water is to you eating food. Because whenever you're eating, you can't. Whenever you finish eating, you are finished eating. You have to drink water. You see it like that. AI needs prompts to survive. Without proper prompts, this AI that you are seeing now will not evolve to the level of what it is now. Now, we are now going to the universal prompt formula. So I'm definitely sure majority of you may not have known about that, known that prompt is a universal prompt formula that you can actually give an AI to get what you want to do. 1, act as. Do, which is the number to the second prompt, the second formula. 4, in. Act as in such a way that, of course, you have to assign the AI a specific identity. Act as a senior front-end developer. As a senior developer, write me a login code. As a marketer, generate a 5-page article for me. As a designer, give me a UI flow for a particular login page. You have to do it. The task, of course, like I've said earlier, a particular login page. Act as means that as a designer, act as a developer, act as a marketer, act as a. It depends on any role that anybody is actually studying in, anybody is actually in at the moment now. And after you giving in the role, then you follow you with the task. Act as a marketer, write this particular article for me. Act as a designer, create an article, create a design flow for me. Now the audience. Act as a, for example now, act as a senior front-end developer. Create a login page for a for an academic environment, or for a children's portal. Create a landing page for an NGO platform. Act as a designer. Give me a user flow or a flow for an AI agent system. Give me a user flow for a landing page that can be used for an AI establishment. Then the tone, of course, you now have to now decide this now. As a writer, act as a marketer. Write an article for a particular for a homeless agency, and make sure the article does not, it needs to be in does not pass 500 characters. So you have to follow you have to always follow the prompt formula whenever you're trying to generate a interact with AI, which is the actors, the do, the for, and the aim. So the next slide, of course, will now let you know that AI, as you see it fits, can become your personal teammate. When you use prompt the right way, I mean the professional way that you are meant to use, not the way we actually been using it now. Of course, everybody has been using prompt as you see fit. You can just open ChatGPT today now. Okay, I want to do this. My manager is my manager. I want to ask for a leave from my manager. You crafted a mail. Rephrase it for me. You've done that. You're already gone. But of course, no matter the role you want to do, you can prompt and you can give the AI a normal role. AI can act as a designer, it can act as a developer, it can act as a project manager, it can act as a marketing strategy, it can act as a content writer. It's like having an expert as your guest. You can have it's just like you are like a working army of talents. You can have experts at your at your call at any time. Open ChatGPT, come act as a backend developer, create a login API for me. Act as this, do this, do this, do this. So by the time you've done all these things, you're not meant to now bring everything together. And before you know it, what they call of course this what we call vibe coding nowadays. Now you've built a solution, you built a startup, then of course start doing some other things here and there. And of course, you have to know what you are doing. You cannot be because you're not a designer, if you're not a designer, you're not a front developer. You cannot just say, I cannot just tell an AI that act as a front developer, generate a login code for me. The AI will do that. But what would you now use the code to do? Just like gibberish to you. So of course, as the role, you must know that the role you are trying to play is actually the role that's actually being embodied within you. But unless you are a marketer, of course, when you're trying to prompt an AI, you tell the AI to act as a marketer. You're a designer. When you're trying to prompt a designer, the AI, you tell the AI to act as a designer. You're a marketing strategist, you're a content writer, you're a product manager. You ask the AI to act as a product manager. And I'm definitely sure, I'm promising you that you're going to get a better results than the prompts that you've actually been doing for a while now. Examples by role. So these are some series of examples now. As a developer, act as a senior backend engineer. Explain how to scale an API for 1 million users. Use code snippets and best practices. If looking at this now, you could see that this is actually a very sound prompt that you can actually give a GPT. ChatGPT will give you a proper response. Some people, it could be before this particular session, somebody might just write that act as a backend engineer. No, give me explain how to scale an API. Of course, yeah. Someone might just explain how to scale an API for me, and of course, the GPT will actually answer, but it's not actually generic. You have to generalize it to something. It's probably just give you a particular normal mundane response. As a designer, act as a UX designer. Generate 3 onboarding screen ideas for a crypto app to increase user trust. Trust me, the results GPT will give you will wow you. You will be surprised by what GPT will be giving you. As a product manager, act as a product manager. Write me a clear future requirement document For a subscription pulse feature, the results you will get as a product manager will be surprising to you. You will get a very detailed feature requirement document that you actually be surprised that you actually be telling yourself that, so I've been doing rubbish for a while now. I've been actually been asking rubbish questions for this GPT for a while now. The same thing goes for a marketer. As a digital marketer, create a 3-post Instagram campaign to promote a tech product launch with urgency and friendly tone. Trust me, GPT will give you a wonderful, and probably will still suggest. Do you also want me to generate for LinkedIn? Do you also want to generate for Facebook here and there? And also help you recraft. As a writer, act as a SaaS copywriter, as software as a service. Write a landing page headline and subtext that improves conversion. I trust you. He's going to give it to you as well too. So developer, the same thing goes all along for several examples that work there, here and there. For the next slide, which is the creating your first prompt. Now, most thing that I'll probably be glad that I want you guys to take home today is that why creating your first prompt? You've actually created your first prompt ever for a while now. So now creating your first professional prompt. So when you want to now, after this particular session now, you now want to create a particular prompt. Now, you have to now start using this particular prompt formula. Make sure whenever you're trying to chat with GPT henceforth, do this. Act as a, put your role inside. Help me. Put your task in front of it. 4, put your audience in the middle. Tone, the tone and style of format you're trying to do. Example, as a product manager, let me write a feature announcement message for users in a friendly and inspiring tone. Have it at the back of your mind that template prompts works well. Prompt is actually like it's a cheat code. It's a cheat code you use in making sure AI is like AI works at your like AI works for you in the way you want it to work for you, not like in a random manner, professionally. So you may have been doing a particular bad prompt for a while now that of course you may write something, and of course while you're trying to fine tune that particular prompt, you may start wasted minutes on it writing a particular code. Okay, the AI will definitely give you some series of objection. What kind of code do you want me to write? Is it for a login page? If it's for a login page, what kind of language do you want me to write it in? Is it in TypeScript? Is it in JavaScript? If after that, how many lines of code do you want me to add sign-on page to it? So AI will come with series of and conflicting questions again that you may even be discouraged by. What am I asking this particular GPT now? What's this GPT, this AI actually responding to me in this particular manner? So of course you have to give it a proper prompt, such a way that of course when you give it a proper prompt, you will now get a proper answer, proper results. So of course the next slide talks about what makes a prompt advanced. So I've been able to like give 4 reasons why on what makes a prompt advanced. So we have the number 1, which is the giving context, the defining format and tone, which is number 2, the setting steps or rules, which is number 3, and of course asking AI to think before responding. So of course giving context. So of course advanced prompts includes background information so that AI understand the scenario, the goals or audience, leading to more accurate responses. Like I've explained earlier, you need to understand scenarios, you need to understand rules, you need to understand who you are trying to prompt this for before you can get a proper prompt. Defining format and tone, you specify. You really want to specify how you want your answers to be delivered. If you give an AI a random prompt, the AI will just give you a random response. But using an advanced prompt formula, when you give the AI the normal advanced prompt, you are directing the AI how you want the answers to come in. Whether you want it to be professional, you want it to be casual, you want it to be generic, it depends on what you want. So of course, while you are doing that, the AI brings it out. Why? and it matches your exact needs. It will be as if the AI knows what you are doing. It will be as if the AI knows what you are thinking. And trust me, that is not the case. It is because you actually prompted the AI while using the advanced prompt formula that you want this. So the AI will be able to like work with you, guide the AI. The AI now adapts with you, not the other way around. So the AI will now adapt with you. AI will see you as the boss now. Like, of course, oh, this is what Ismail is telling me to do. Then I will continue. Instead of the opposite, that of course you have to keep adapting for the AI. It's not as if you're not seeing AI as the boss. You're not telling the AI what you need to do. Okay, AI will tell you back. Do you want me to do this? You will respond yes. Do you want me to also craft for this? You respond yes. No. Because if you've given the AI a bad prompt for a while now. And of course, we also have the certain steps or rules. You guide the AI with instructions or framework. For example, analyze first. Of course, then suggest solutions to structure the response logically and strategically. Of course, you giving a particular prompt. Of course, there's a bug. There's a bug in a particular login code, a particular chat interface. If pasted that particular bugs. So of course, act as a backend developer, analyze this particular code for me, and suggest how to improve it. Yes, immediately the AI will actually act as a senior backend engineer and give you a rich format, a rich tone in order to help you give you a proper response that logically fits what you're actually looking for, what you're actually trying to achieve. And of course, you can also do asking AI to think before responding. After you've probably told the AI to analyze the problem or explore possibilities for which result in deep reasoning and higher quality outcome instead of surface level answers. So of course, you may have prompted the AI that a particular days here and there. You can also tell the AI this particular prompt now. Make sure you understand, think very well before you do it. So with the advanced prompt you're giving the AI will actually think very well before answering your particular questions and give you a proper answer, proper high quality outcome, not like normal random generic questions. Because like I've explained earlier, what you give is what you receive. If you give the AI 100%, you are going to get 100% and more. If you give the AI 20% or 40%, you won't even get 40%. You will get 20%. You get 20% because you're not giving get lesser than what you're expecting. Because you've given in a basic generic prompt. It's like you're speaking to a child. Basic prompt is like a child speaking to a child. So of course, what do you expect two kids to understand? You just be speaking gibberish. But advanced prompt is like an adult speaking to a kid. As an adult, you're speaking to a kid now. The kid will be able to understand better what is trying to the ideas or the advice the adult is particularly giving to a kid. You don't need to come, as an example now, an adult is speaking to a kid now. You don't have to, whenever you go home, whenever you go out, make sure you come back home before 6 p.m. Reason being that is the out night in the evening, that everywhere is dangerous. So in order to keep yourself safe, you have to make sure you come home before 7 p.m., before 6 p.m. You're an adult, so you are giving the kid a proper understanding of why he needs to come home before 6 p.m. But as a child, you're telling the child that you need to do this. You will not even be able to understand. Both will not even be able to understand what they are talking about. So when you see AI as a kid, and see that whenever you are trying to interact with AI, see yourself as an adult while talking to a kid. So in such a way that stop using basic prompts to relate with AI, to chat with AI. Start relating with an advanced prompt, with a better prompt whenever you're trying to relate with AI. And of course, advanced prompt structure, which I've explained earlier. Know the advanced prompt framework, which is the role. Role works with the context, works with the task, works with the format, with constraint and tone. And I'll keep giving an example. Act as a senior US researcher, and I'm designing a fintech app for young professionals aged 22 to 35 who are new to investing. Provide 5 user pain points in bullet format. keep the tone professional, data driven. I'm sure as you are seeing this particular example now, you know there's a difference between a normal random prompt, and this particular prompt now. It's actually very different by using a normal random prompt. I'm sure if you have to use a normal basic prompt, I want to design a fintech app. Give me reasons why, or give me. You may not even know how to actually just structure your particular questions for particular prompts. But the moment you know the particular power prompt now, the normal prompts, the advanced prompt structure you're supposed to follow, it will be actually easier for you to structure. You've already known at the back of your mind that, okay, whenever I'm trying to give structure and give AI a particular prompt, I must know at the back of my mind that I need to include the role, I need to include the context, I need to put in the task, I need to put in the format, I need to also put, of course, the constraint and tone as well. So whenever you have that at the back of your mind, formatting questions for AI will be as easy peasy as anything. It will be very, very easier for you to actually achieve. And I'm definitely sure that whatever you are meant to achieve, it will be in the hackathon series here and there. It will be very fast. You'll be very, very fast with it. What will take forever to do. With ease, you generate login page with ease, generate landing page with ease, generate design page. Very, very quite understandable as well too. So, and of course, we have the multi-step prompting, which is the secret of experts. Most people use this as well too. That instead of asking AI what you want immediately, first ask it to think, plan, or ask clarifying questions. This also helps you very, very well, of course, by allowing the AI to streamline its response to match whatever you're trying to request for. So, for example, before you answer, you've probably given an AI that act as a product designer, act as a senior front-end developer, generate a login page code for me while using TypeScript as the language. Make sure the login page is responsive in such a way that it's easier to use on mobile phone and also easier to use on the web app. And while you've done that, then add this. Before you answer, ask me 3 clarifying questions to better understand what I want, then provide the best results. Trust me, you're not meant to, of course, input after you've inputted the first prompt, you're not meant to press enter. Just go to the next line and write this and press enter. So before the AI will answer, the AI will probably definitely ask you several questions like as well, okay, do you want me to make sure the login page is authenticated? Do you want me to? The AI can ask you several 3 clarifying questions. The login page you are trying to create, do you want me to add the backend authentication method to it too as well too? What kind of design library do you want me to use? Is it the ARM design? Is this the shape CN library? What kind of it can ask you 3 wonderful questions that you just have to pick from it. And by the time you get the result of your prompt, you will be surprised that you will probably need little to few modifications. Just have to just go and copy and paste. And of course, like I've said, you need to know what you are doing. You cannot be a marketer and be telling the AI to act as a front-end developer. Okay, the AI acted as a front-end developer and gave you a particular code. What would you do? What would you use the code to do? What would you use the code to do? But you don't know how to code, you don't know how to use this GitHub, you don't know how to use VS Code, and you're telling the AI to act as this. So of course, you will understand. Like I've said, you need to know what you are doing. So as a marketer, act like as this. As a front-end developer, act like this. As a designer, act like this is what you want me to act for. So of course, but you need to embody your own rule first before you can actually know how to prompt better. And of course, prompt types you should master. So I've highlighted several prompts here as well too. So of course, we have the brainstorm prompts, we have the analysis prompt, we have the strategy prompt, creative prompt, and refining prompt. So brainstorm prompts like this is of course it helps to generate multiple ideas for a particular. For example, you may not be sure what you want to do. You may not be sure on what you want to achieve. So of course, you can just give it a particular prompt that generates multiple ideas. Analysis prompts. Analysis prompt is meant to, of course, break down or evaluate. For example, now you're having code or performance issues here and there. So when you prompt the AI, of course, act as this, analyze this particular code and performance issue and suggest improvement. First, that will analyze it for you. Strategy prompts. As a marketer, create a go-to-market plan. So there are several prompts that you need to actually learn. There are creative prompts, which is majorly used by designers as well to design a home-page layout for a music streaming platform. So AI now, of course, ChatGPT may not be able to do, of course, unless you are using the premium version. The most version that we are using now definitely will probably give you the flow, the layout flow of the particular platform that you are meant to do. It's probably going to give you, can even give you an image that trying to arrange the layout for you and probably give you a particular text that at the right hand corner you should put this, the header should come to have this, the left hand corner should have it, the footer section should have this as well too. And of course, we have the refinement prompts. After you've prompted the AI to do this for you, to also give you a particular answer. You can also now tell it that, of course, make this shorter. You've given an article to an AI to do something. Of course, the article is like around 300 characters or 400 characters here and there. You now want to also post that articles on LinkedIn or on Twitter. And mind you, all these social platforms also have they do have limited character limits, suggestion limit that you can also post as well too. You can also tell it that, of course, make this content shorter while also still keeping the idea. You've told the AI to act as a marketer or act as a writer. The AI has given an article of 500 words about why dogs are good in the household or why fish is good for the body, and you want to now post it on Twitter. Mind you, Twitter will only allow some certain characters. So you can just come and put it here. Of course, refine this shorter to match Twitter's content. I want to post it on a Twitter page. Refine this to 500 characters or less, or 200 characters or less, while also keeping the main idea. And of course, the AI will also make sure that after refining the content to like 500 characters, it still actually maintains the idea you're trying to pass, the content you're trying to pass, in such a way that whenever people see the content, you're able to understand that, oh, this content is about how fish is good for the body. So of course, these are the prompt types you should actually master when you're trying to give a better prompt to your AI, which is artificial intelligence. It could be ChatGPT, it could be Grok, it could be other models that you're actually using. Everybody uses a different model this time around now. So, and before we go, I will try and share my screen. I'm trying to do a live prompt demo on ChatGPT so that I'll be able to give a proper understanding of what I've been explaining so far and have an idea of what I've been trying to do so far. So before I do that, I would like to ask a question in the room that what if two people use the same AI tool, but one answers worth 10K grand and the other gets nonsense? What's made the difference? So can someone please answer this particular question for me? Let me paste it here. Okay. So I'm seeing several response in the group. Okay. What fits in include the same AI tool, but one gets answer. Okay. Front. But okay. Front. Okay. So thank you very much for that. It shows that the team, the audience have been following so far with this. So yeah, thank you very much for that. So now let's do a quick live demo on ChatGPT. So we're going to start with a bad prompt and a good prompt. So of course, let's start with we are taking the role of a developer now in this stage. So of course, I'll be acting as a developer now. Of course, we are going to take on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows now. So let's start now. Oh, let me share my screen. Please, can you see my chat GPT screen over here? Can you please confirm you can see that as well too before I proceed? Check the chat. Okay, that's good. So let's start with this. So let's start with write code for login, and let's click on enter. Now, see now, this actually just answers what I've been trying to explain so far. Now, I prompted ChatGPT that write me a code for login. So next thing ChatGPT asks is that, sure, I can give you a login code for examples depending on login code example depending on your stack. Please confirm which you want. Is it React, front-end only, React, Node or Express, HTML or PHP plus PHP, Next.js, TypeScript, Python, Flask or Django? Now, at this point now, you are confused. Hey, what am I trying to do now? Just give me a particular login code. Now, you now have to now start asking particular questions again. Okay, let's say React. Let's say React. Of course, then it gives you a particular React that can give you a particular code, but still, it may not be what you're actually looking for. But now, let's now act as give it an advanced prompt and see what will happen now. Let me delete this. Start again. Now, 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 can you now see the difference between using a bad prompt, which of course is the basic prompt we've been using so far, and an advanced prompt? So the questions I asked a particular question previously that write a login code. The AI was actually responding that what kind of code do you want? But now I used the universal prompt formula and gave the AI the normal advanced prompt writing method. The moment I pasted the code, the AI responded by saying, here is a productive ready React plus Tailwind CSS login page that includes a responsive layout, a client-side validation, error messages, mobile first optimization, clean UI, minimalist, and modern look. Why is that? Because I've incorporated the role, the task, the action of what you need to do. Act as a senior front-end engineer. Write a responsive login page. I gave you the prompt that, first of all, you need to act as a senior front-end engineer. While you are acting as that, of course, give me a responsive login page using React and Tailwind CSS with form validations, error messages, and mobile optimization. Now, it gave me a complete login code in TypeScript. And I'm definitely sure if I should take this particular code and paste it in my particular code environment and run the code base, it's definitely going to show me a proper UI. Of course, mind you, like I've said earlier, you must be I cannot be a marketer and be asking a prompt that acts as a senior front-end engineer. So a normal developer now, of course, will have already set up his code base to have his auth layout, dashboard layout, all the normal layouts that is going to house the components of this particular login CSS. And mind you now, the developers in the house now will know that this code that they are seeing now is actually a proper code that can actually plug in into a backend system. The proper welcome back, the proper error messages, the proper form dot, the unchanged format, the type format, here and there. So we could actually see that this is actually giving a proper UI. Of course, mind you, like I've said earlier, you must be a I cannot be a marketer and be asking a prompt that acts as a senior front-end engineer. So a normal developer now, of course, will have already set up his code base to have his auth layout, dashboard layout, all the normal layouts that is going to house the components of this particular login CSS. And mind you now, the developers in the house now will know that this code that they are seeing now is actually a proper code that can actually plug in into a backend system. The proper welcome back, the proper error messages, the proper form dot, the unchanged format, the type format, here and there. So we could actually see that this actually giving a proper response to compare, which is different from the fact that from what separates a basic prompt from a bad from an advanced prompt. So now let me just ask a question within the a short question now that you've seen this now, what would you prefer whenever you are trying to ask your AI particular question now? Will you prefer using the normal, for example, it could be the developers in the house now. Will you prefer using the normal basic prompts or the bad prompts, or using the advanced prompts to actually prompt your AI? Now let's show that's a quick question now. So you can just drop your answer in the chat. And why? Exactly, definitely the advanced prompt because I get what I want and not bloated responses. Advanced prompt, so I get exactly what I need because it gives robust responses here and there. Okay, advanced prompt here and there. Basic block waste time, so advanced prompt. Now, I've actually been able to see that no matter what, advanced prompt beat will always be better than using a normal than using a basic prompt. Yeah, thank you very much for that. Now, let's move over to as a designer. So as a designer now, let me now use a prompt for a designer within the house. So let's start again. Let's clear this and press. Give me a dashboard design. Now, as a designer now, I'm taking a role of a designer now. So now as a designer, I'm trying to ask GPT that, give me a dashboard design. Now the next thing that GPT is going to probably asking me is that, sure, could you please clarify what kind of dashboard you want me to design? Here are a few directions you might need. Now, the AI is already giving you a confusion already by giving you several dashboards now. Analytic dashboard, event organizer, admin dashboard, vendor dashboard, custom product dashboard. Now, you'll now be wondering, what should I go for? At this point now, the AI is now your boss. The AI is now, you are now adapting to the AI. AI is asking you questions and you now start confirming, okay, I want an admin dashboard. Okay, the moment I click on admin dashboard, the AI will now continue. Can even ask some series of other questions as well too, and do that as well too. But now, if I should now try to act as a product designer while using an advanced prompt as well too. Let me play this. Now, look at now. Now, and I acted as a product designer while also following the advanced prompt formula, the proper professional prompt formula. As a product designer, which is the role, create a dashboard layer, the task for a SaaS analytics platform, the audience targeted at startup founders. Now, the way the AI was able to answer, now the AI gave me a proper answer. Perfect. Let's design this three distinctive dashboard, layouts, concept for a SaaS, blah, 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 yeah, and then everything else. So it gave me a proper layout structure. Now, as a designer now, what I need to do is that I just go to my Figma, follow this particular process for structure. It gave me a visual style. I can use this clean card-based layout. I can use a modular dashboard, drag and draw. It gave me a proper type of dashboard that I can actually follow and do in such a way that I don't have to now stress myself. I just have to now start prompting and continue with this particular prompt and also work with what it has given me. So, of course, this second example also shows that not only as a developer, even as a designer, if you give your AI a bad prompt, it's going to give you a generic response, a random response. if you give your AI an advanced prompt, it's going to give a proper response that is tailored to what you are looking for. So let's go for the second one, which is the write a product feature. Is the second row for your product manager. Your product manager. Now, the same thing. We don't even need to even keep on continue. Write a product picture. So as a product manager now, it's asking me several annoying random questions. For example, do you mean the feature description? Now it doesn't even know what I want to do. Of course, the AI is trying to understand what I want. So it's trying to suggest, okay, do I mean a feature specification? Do I mean a feature description? Or do I mean a feature announcement? Of course, I will now have to now start selecting one which I want to do. And I'm definitely sure if I select another one, it's going to start giving me some other random questions as well too. So let me now follow the normal advanced prompt formula and enter it in this particular page as well too. Now, so following the normal advanced prompt formula, I give it a particular prompt again. Act as a product manager. Write a feature requirement document for an in-app user feedback tool, including user stories, acceptance criteria, and success metric. Now, immediately, GPT gave me a proper response that I need. Here is a feature requirement, which is the FRD. Majority of the product manager in the house will know this is how this works. Yeah, normal. So for an in-app user feedback to waiting from a product manager management perspective, now it has created a proper feature requirement document, the overview, the objective, the target user, the key features, the user story, everything from A to Z. So imagine as a product manager now, I just have to just copy this thing, put it in my Notion or Microsoft Word or wherever I'm trying to put it in, then start refining it. So instead of me stressing myself on trying to come up with an FRD that takes forever, because of the advanced prompt method that I used, I've been able to get a proper, complete one that I can do, that I can generate for my products, which also beat the fact that advanced prompt will always be better than using a basic prompt, which is the bad prompt, which is the prompt that we've all been using. You could call it the bad prompt as well too. So if I should take the role of a marketer now and write a marketing email. The next thing, sure. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you would like the marketing email to focus on? For example, what product or service? Who is target audience? What is the goal? Any specific tone? This is the main reason as well too. A basic question will always warrant a generic question. The AI will give you a question that is actually not focused because it's trying to understand what this man wants. What do you want? Tell me what you want. It's like the AI is screaming at you. Just tell me what you want. Why are you stressing me? Give me an idea of what you actually want so that I can actually just go forward with it. So stop stressing this a particular area. So let's say I now try to follow the normal advanced prompts, copy it and come here. Okay. All right. Act as a growth marketer. Create a 3 email campaign to promote an upcoming virtual tech event. The next thing, straightforward. It doesn't even need to go start asking me random questions because I've given the AI what it needs to know. I followed the role, I followed the task method, the client, the audience method as well too. By following the basic advanced prompt formula, I've been able to, as a marketer, it has already given me a basic 3 different kind of email campaign to promote an upcoming tech platform. So of course, SPA ignites the change. Email 1, email 2, email 3. I cannot just copy this, send it to my manager or so to check it and vet it. And I'm definitely sure he's only going to just give you probably vet it, some normal vetting. So it makes life actually very easier for you. So in short, everybody must have been using the basic prompts. And of course, indirectly, unknowingly, you've been making life difficult for yourself by stressing yourself. You're actually stressing yourself by using a basic prompt on your AI. So of course, you keep asking questions and arguments now come so back and forth. No, I don't want to. I want you to do a marketer. No, okay. Now look at it. There are several types of marketer. There are email marketer. There are several marketer. But I was specific growth marketer. So the AI tailored its response to a growth marketer. So I don't have to stress myself. It doesn't have to. Imagine I use the basic prompt. It might probably just give me a marketer, maybe a marketer that sells goods, that sells all these normal physical goods. It might give me a response for that. It might give me a marketer that is marketing, that is promoting musicians. I'll give me a marketer that is marketing movies. And now shall I start arguing with the AI. No. I meant give me an email for a marketer that does this. The AI will also respond. We will not start arguing back and forth. Why? You caused it. You gave the AI a bad prompt, a basic prompt. Now you're not arguing with the AI. So the whole issue, the whole concern, the whole misunderstanding started from the fact that you had no idea or knowledge of what we call the advanced prompt generation method. But now that, of course, so after this session, probably know better that, of course, this is what we actually call an advanced prompt generation method. And of course, I can actually start using it. Now, definitely, after this session, the way you interact with your AI will definitely change for the better. I'm definitely assuring you that. So for the last one, let's take the act as the role of a writer, which is the write a LinkedIn post. Let's delete this. Prepared, write a LinkedIn post. And of course, as the writer, there could be writers within this presentation as well too. Now, the AI is asking me, sure, what would you like the post to be about? You can tell me the topic, tone, and go. E.g., is it to announce something, share a lesson, promote here and there? But of course, the AI does not know what you want to do. So it's as confused as you that are actually giving in the prompt as well too. So you now have to make sure that don't actually confuse the AI, but actually the way and manner not to confuse your AI is to actually follow the normal basic prompts. Which of course, let's also try that as well too, which is the advanced prompt. Let's say this. Let's delete this and write this. As a content strategist, write a bold LinkedIn post about how AI helps companies save time and money. Start with the hook, include the key insight, and end with a call to action. Now, as a writer, that's giving you a proper thing. Now, if your company is not using AI at the same time, you're already behind. Here is the truth. So it has given you a normal article worthy write-up that I can actually post on LinkedIn. I can just copy this like this, post it, copy it, find an image. It can I cannot even do a follow-up. Generate a matching image. To add to the post. So I can now continue with the general prompt. Generate a matching landscape image to add to the post. Now, ChatGPT will generate this particular image now in order to make sure that, of course, the image works with this particular LinkedIn post. So in such a way that I will not want to actually go to LinkedIn and just go and post a normal random text. I will want it to have a little bit of life within it as well too. So definitely want to add a particular picture. So now writing it now, I generate a matching landscape image to add to the post. It will definitely generate a proper image for me. So now like this, we've been able to understand that, of course, that the prompts matters. The kind of prompt you give AI matters in the grand scheme of time. So you have to make sure that whatever prompt you give an AI will determine the output you will get. Whatever prompts you give to AI will determine the time and the amount of time you're going to waste while trying to figure out a particular action you're trying to solve with AI. Because of this particular prompt now, within minutes, it's not even minutes, within seconds, I've been able to generate a particular article. Now, I've told the AI to generate a matching landscape image. Now, the AI has actually generated a particular image for me, befitting what I've asked for the AI. Now, I just have to save this particular image, copy this particular post, go to my LinkedIn page, paste the article. I can do some checking, probably removing some icons or here and there, add this particular image and post. And before you know it, I start getting comments here and there. I start getting feedback. Maybe I getting like because of I didn't even stress my life. I didn't even stress myself while trying to generate an article. I just followed the advanced prompt strategy. And I was able to generate a perfect article for myself. Now, with all this now, we've been able to like with all this particular what I've done so far, the demo here and there, we've been able to understand the fact that bad prompt or basic prompt does not really help matter whenever you are trying to relate with AI in such a way that whatever you are trying to do, always make sure that you follow you follow the you follow the you follow the universal prompt formula whenever you are trying to do something. You begin, you allow it to act as, give it a role, give it a task, give it an audience, and also give it a style instead of using the basic random one you have been following. So if you follow this particular formula now, definitely assure you that you will get a normal, perfect response you are meant to get. And for those that, of course, the hackathon team in this particular session, I'm trying to I'm anchoring now. The moment you're trying to, of course, maybe trying to generate a particular page, could be the designer in your team, could be the developers in your team here and there. But follow if you try as much as possible to follow this particular universal prompt formula, I can assure you that you are going to save a lot of time in your hackathon. So, because hackathon is about time, about timing. You have to be able to do create a particular solution you're trying to create in the shortest amount of possible time while giving a particular it must make sense. It must be able to address the point, the story point is trying to address. Now I'm sure that you have to make sure that as you are trying to solve your hackathon particular rule, make sure you follow this universal prompt formula. If you don't, I'm definitely assure you that you will waste time while trying to generate a particular result, particular answer. Make sure that you follow this particular prompt, the actors, the do, the for, and of course the audience when I try to generate a particular prompt. Now, the could be bad versus good prompts, and of course the closing reflection. What I will be trying to achieve today is that now we've all known that based on what we've done so far by using basic prompts, does it look like AI is ready to come and replace you? Because like I've said now, we've been able to like show you that you direct the AI. You are the driver of this particular AI. Of course, we do have driverless car now, but to be honest, even the so-called driverless car, you still have to you still have to book it from your mobile phone. You still have to book. So booking the particular ride means that you are prompting that driverless car that it will come and pick you up at point A and deliver you to point B, which means that we are not AI cannot work without human input. AI cannot just be on its own and start working without human generated input. So now you should have it at the back of your mind that don't be fearful of this particular AI analogy that we've always been hearing that AI will replace humans, AI will collect my job, AI will render my job invalid after a particular amount of years. If you know that you are doing something, find a way to incorporate AI in whatever you are doing. You're a marketer, you're a designer. Find a way to incorporate AI. And the best way to do it is by using advanced prompts. Now, whatever you are doing, save time. Whatever you're supposed to spend hours on, use advanced prompt formula to fix it. In a minute, you'll be done. So now you should have it at the back of your mind that now AI will not replace humans, though, but humans who knows how to use AI will replace those who don't. So AI will not replace human. Understand this sentence very well. AI will never replace human, but human beings who knows how to use advanced, not basic prompts, who knows how to use the normal advanced prompts will replace those that doesn't know knows how to use it. We may know how to use prompts, but if you follow the normal basic prompts, I'm trying to tell you that those that knows how to use advanced prompts will replace those that have been using basic prompts. And I'm sure if they replace those that have been using basic prompts, that's the end for them. So now you now have to ask yourself, when that start happening now, which side will you be on? Will you be on the parts or the side of those that are using the advanced prompt, or will you be on the side of those that are using basic prompt, which is of course those that will be replaced? Have that at the back of your mind. Now, another question is that are you treating AI as a threat or as a co-worker that multiplies your expertise? This particular question I have, I think it's best to let me see some answers in the chat. That are you treating paste it? So, so are you treating AI as a threat or as a co-worker that multiplies your expertise? So now can I have some answers? Okay, that's good. That's good as a co-worker, So I'm glad that majority on this session are not treating AI as a threat, but rather as a co-worker, as a teammate, which is actually very wonderful. So which means that of course, that you've been able to understand that AI is not a threat to you, but you should actually use it as a co-worker. Mr. Patton, yeah, that's wonderfully phrased. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So now we now try to come to the end of the session. And of course, after that, probably have to now drop a particular, just several questions now. Questions, I'll just ask 3 questions. And after that, you can now start dropping your own questions as well too. So I'm going to start with one. If AI gives you a generic answer, is it the AI's fault or was your instructions generic? Okay, 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 okay. So generic instruction, yeah. Yeah, generic, yeah, that's good. So we need to understand that AI gives answer based on input. Good. Exactly. Exactly. Now let's go to the second. This question is actually targeting roles at the moment now. So what if the real skill, is not knowing how to code or design, but knowing how to direct AI to do it for you? How would that affect you? If I probably rephrase, for example, now, if what you actually know best is you know how to prompt, you know how to prompt, you know the advanced prompts, but you don't know how to code or design. what would you do? How would that affect you? What would you suggest that you do? What would you try and do, or what would you suggest you do? How would that affect you? Mhm. Okay. So, all right, I will try to learn how to code, even if it is not much advanced, because the answers from the prompt won't mean much to me. So I'm able to use it well, or prompt it for improvement. I will tell the AI to act as a designer developer and give me the prompts. Okay, that's actually good. But one thing you should know is that even if you try to learn how to code, it is a career path on its own, and of course, it will take a while for you to understand better. So, what I will probably would just suggest is that, for example, you could be in a team. You could be in a team of, you could be a marketer or a writer or a product manager, and you know how to prompt, but you don't know how to design. You don't know how to design. Okay, someone said I'll be able to do tasks of different roles without being professional in that field. Well, that's good as well. But like I'm saying, let me just say this: you could be in a team. You're a product manager, but you know how to prompt well. So what I would suggest is that introduce advanced prompts to your team members, because as a team you work together as a team. You are trying to achieve a particular milestone as a team, and as a product manager, you know advanced prompts. Your team members or colleagues does not know advanced prompts here and there, and of course, you know it's going to slow you guys down. The best thing for you to do is that, in order not to affect you, affecting you means that it may slow down your pace. So in order not to affect you that much, introduce advanced prompts to your team members. Introduce advanced prompts to your design member, to your engineers, to your other colleagues, and so that they can actually know how to prompt better. And in turn, it makes your team shine very well and you're able to achieve your milestone at a very earlier rate. So the last question for the day. So paste it here. So, what would happen to your productivity if you master the art of talking to AI better than anyone in your industry? So, place the question in the chat as well. So, what would happen to your productivity if you mastered the art of talking to AI better than anyone else in your industry? Okay, I'll be able to perform tasks more efficiently and faster than anyone. Exactly. It will scale up faster and more than others. So I'll be more advantage in drawing opportunities. That's wonderful. 10x, 10x developer for sure. Of course. You'll be able to work faster, work faster than anybody else because you've mastered the act of prompt engineering, the advanced prompt engineering. It's like you now have the world at your fingertips. You can do magic. You can perform magic with GPT, with AI. when others are doing, they're fighting with AI. I want you to do it like this. No, I want you to do it like this. You don't be looking at them that, what are these people doing? And you come like a magician to them and say that, why not do it like this? And they'll be surprised. And they start seeing you as one big shot within the establishment. So that's good. That's good. That's good. So at least now we have not come to the end of session. So the reflection now. I've been able to actually give you an highlight and give you a better demo on the topic that says the prompt is you, mastering the art of prompt engineering. Now I've been able to tell you that if you master the art of prompt engineering, if you become a guru in prompt engineering, you see this sentence or phrase, prompt engineering as it is actually is a big deal on its own. If you actually master what we call the prompt engineering, and I assure you that you will shift mountains. You will do well. You will do great things with your work. You'll be very, very fast in what you are doing, and what you'll be very, very fast. And mind you, as you do more, as you do more work, of course, you will warrant more work as well too. So be able to do well whatever things you are trying to achieve, whatever project you're trying to do, be able to do it faster than anyone else. So today, just make sure that you always know and know better. Always try your possible best to always master the art of prompt engineering, and always have this at the back of your mind, the, the universal prompt formula. Role, task, audience, format. Role, assign a role to the AI. Give it a task, give it an audience, of course, give it a style or tone you're willing to do as well too. Always know that. Always know that. And if you're able to master it very well, no matter the role you're trying to do, you're able to generate proper input, you're able to get proper input from ChatGPT, and you'll be able to do wonderfully well. So thank you very much for this wonderful session. My name is Ayatullah Olowu once again, and I hope you've been able to learn very well today what we know as mastering the art of prompt engineering. And I hope I've been able to give you a proper reason why you should learn what we call you should learn advanced prompt engineering and not just stick to the basic one at all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for this fire breathing session. I personally learned a lot, like a whole lot. Thank you very much. We are truly grateful. Please, can we keep the clap coming? Can we keep the clap coming? Can we keep the clap coming? So, we're going to take questions. If you have any question for our speaker today, we have just 5 minutes to take the session. Could you please put it in the chat or use the Q&A? Okay, I think there is one question in the Q&A. Can we have his slides? Mr. Ayatullah?
Yes, it's actually open. I've sent it to the mod admin also. You can have it definitely. I'll send it over.
Awesome. So we will send over the slide. He has given us the permission to do so. Any other question? Please keep your question coming. Keep your question coming. There are 26 participants, that is 26 teams already in this call. So yeah, this is going to be an amazing hack. Keep your questions coming. Okay, so I believe there are no questions. So now we've learned how to prompt. This webinar was very strategic because the hackathon we are going into is purely AI. And that is why I told someone the other day that when you're choosing your teams, don't bother about, hey, I'm looking for a designer, I'm looking for a developer, I'm looking for a PM. No, bother about people or look for people that are willing to learn, because everything you will need for a successful hack will be provided for you. And the teams that are in this call have learned a lot. You can use any of the AI tools to build a very good MVP product and win your hackathon. You understand? So, as long as you have the knowledge and you have the drive to find information, everything you're looking for is on Google. Even if you want to learn how to, there's a, there's a specific technical term you don't know how to prompt in, you can ask the AI to teach you what you have in mind. I think what I do sometimes, I use my voice chat and I explain my thoughts to the AI, and I ask it to create a prompt for another AI. So that AI now creates that technical prompt based on what I've given him, and he uses it for another AI to give me, it could be a design, it could be a flow, it could be codes and whatnot. So yeah, as long as you're willing to learn, you're willing to um um what's the right word to use, figure out stuff for yourself, I think the sky is your limit. So thank you very much, guys. A question just popped in. You guys are asking question when it's just 5 minutes to the end of this session. Okay, so how do we avoid plagiarism when using AI? I think we're going to do this in 30 seconds each. How do we avoid plagiarism when using AI? How do we avoid AI copying someone else's work for us? Mr. Ayatullah.
Okay, so thank you very much for that wonderful questions. So how do we avoid plagiarism when using AI? How do we avoid copying someone else's work for us? So, like I've said earlier, even if you prompt AI, even if you prompt AI, you have to know what you are doing. You cannot expect AI to give you a a a whole answer now, and of course, then bring it verbatim back to your, even as a code, even if you are coding, even if you are designing, you cannot expect AI to give you something and bring it directly into your code base. You still have to tweak it. Because you still have to understand, because AI is meant to make your life easier, make your work faster, not replace your entire thought process. Understand? So the fact that people do come with plagiarism is that, of course, they copy the entire statement and put it into it. So AI gives you something. AI is giving you what you want to do. Okay, I'm still sharing my screen. Okay, let me stop sharing my screen. So AI is AI gives you a particular opportunity to do something, answers your questions. So now, whatever answers you are giving, you are meant to is meant to give you a more broader perspective into what you're trying to do. So you're now meant to use that particular answer to make your work much more easier. So plagiarism entails that you don't have to copy everything. Of course, you are meant to also rephrase, paraphrase, do something here and there. But also that helps you avoid plagiarism. So I hope I've been able to answer that.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Yeah, the next one, what is user prompt and systems prompt?
So where we could say system prompts and of course we have to know what we call system prompts. We have to also want to know what we call user prompts. So of course, system prompt is what defines the AI role personality. Of course, you can think of it as an instructions or a persona that used to set up the AI, more like the prompt, the AI's role. Of course, what you call the user prompt is what you are typing, what you are the user. It is what the AI responds to. You are typing, you gave it a particular type, it could be questions, it could be anything. So the system prompt is the role. The prompt that you are giving to it, of course, act as this, act as that. So that's what differentiates the user prompt and the system prompt. And
All right,
also,
thank you very much, sir. The last one, I think we have just 30 seconds left because the next webinar is starting by top of the
mm,
hour. The final one, is there a way to sharpen or develop this skill, or is this okay and all we need?
Yeah, you keep on. Of course, we use GPT every day. It's like part of our daily life activity now. So instead of using the normal basic prompts you are using, start using GPT with the advanced prompts. Use it to the advanced prompt. Even if you want to ask something, you want to give you a water suggestion, act as a water manufacturing agency, do this. Start using basic prompts very well. Be able to sharpen your skill to the extent that you will be indirectly or subconsciously you start using advanced prompt as you want.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. We are very grateful, sir, for making our time, 2 hours of talk to impart us with knowledge. Thank you very much, and take care of yourself. So, guys, we are going to upload this on the YouTube channel.
Thank you very much.
I will share it in the Slack channel for everyone to see. Bye-bye.